Solutions range from cleaning up a complex workspace or workflow for a 911 dispatch or other type of operation center where you might expect that they grow over time. Your systems have probably grown over time. Organic growth tends to lead to complexity and challenging workflows where you have lots of systems, you have different operators using perhaps 24/7 console environments. And as these things grow over time, they don't get easier. We make them easier again. So whether we're doing a large front of room visualization environment or no visualization environment, just focusing on the desk, we can provide for fewer screens with multi-windowing. So instead of one screen per computer or per output, you can multi-window and put more than one resource on a screen or a front of room display like a video wall. And you can do the same thing at a desk, and we can provide that for really robust monitoring on premise or remotely, and I'll go over some remote solutions as well. But we can also provide that same capability for cleaning up the desk, providing a unified keyboard and mouse to provide each operator with a single interface into a plurality of subsystems, a plurality of dashboard resources, a plurality of CAD workforce resources, appliances, computers, and applications. And because of the nature of our technology, it's all essentially plug and play in that you're not curtailed from changing any of your resources or applications, whether adding more over time, removing over time. We could simply scale the window larger or smaller and provide you with more workspace to do what it is you need to do. In other words, we don't have a dog in the fight in terms of what applications, what resources, what PCs you're using. We can accommodate your workflow, and that's really our focus. So in the top left, I'm showing you a 12 display video wall, and we do a lot of video walls. We do a lot of this type of technology. Again, we don't make the displays, so we don't care what the display type is. I can drive everything from a projector to a giant video wall, direct view LED, any tech you've heard of, we drive it. In public safety, thankfully, you tend to be more interested in what we do and less interested in having the fanciest television on the market. Since we don't sell the fanciest television on the market or any television, and we don't care about that, we can enable any display that you have, especially pre-existing displays, to tie in to other areas, other work groups, other workflows in a completely distributed context, meaning I can take your resources and I can share them to the video wall in the room, directly connected, like your PC is connected to your monitor. You would be connected into my system, and my system would then federate your PC's output to your desk and to your monitor. But I can also do it over the network. And in public safety, in Elk Grove Police Department, in Contra Costa County EOC, in San Francisco Police Department Homeland Security Unit, in San Francisco Fire EOC, in San Francisco General Hospital Sheriff's SOC, in all of the City of Modesto PD, we do a robust public safety business, and we focus again both at cleaning up the desk and the operations center, whether small or large. So I'm going to take you around the room a bit. The video wall you're looking at, it can be changed very, very easily. I can put up different multi-window layouts and arrangements. I can stream text on the top. I can scale windows to any size. You're not limited, in essence, to the location of the display, right? You're not limited to one thing on one place. I can put and scale any resource to any one display or many displays. I can overlay, I can overlap, and this is true on a big screen like this. This is a 12 display screen, if you will, and I can do this on a small screen down to, say, your mobile device. So if you look at what you have here, it's interesting. Hold on one second. It's interesting, and I do have I've got a notification that I'm sharing two screens. Are you guys seeing a three-part screen here, or am I sharing a secondary screen as well? You are seeing my PowerPoint over here, and my web interface down below, I believe. Good. Okay, so the presentation over here is showing you sort of the components of the room. So I have encoders, I have decoders. This is taking your video and putting it over network. We are a high compression system. So all of the systems, all of the resources that you're looking at down below are available over the wide area network, over your P25 network, over your new 5G infrastructure. We can drive a 1080 stream or a standard monitors application output, a video output at say 10 megs or less, depending on how much compression you need and what kind of screen it's going to, or multi-window environment on the other end. And down below, you can see the interface to control this kind of distribution. This can be on a laptop. This can be on a tablet. If you wanted to see what it would look like on a tablet, it would look like that. Right? So it's just a responsive web page. In other words, there's no software to install. It's a web page that I'm using with a web-based user interface here. And so I have a variety of resources. I have those resources that I'm encoding, and these get a visual thumbnail. I have resources that are websites. These are your dashboards and various applications that you're sharing interagency, Homeland Security applications, NICRIC, any web content. Here's my COVID 2019, my air quality index, fire safety information, whatever you want to add. All of that is free to this kind of implementation, to this kind of a system. Similarly, cameras are available. I can decode and I can include any H.264 or H.265 resources. So you might have a VMS system, video management system, for managing hundreds or thousands of cameras, but you can also bring in cameras directly into my system, and there are a number of reasons to do both things, in fact. I can also support streaming servers. So the system is very, very open, very high compressed, with very high quality video results, and that's on purpose. We believe that more is more. We believe that you should have a system that is easily expansible, that can be federated, where any resource that's important that you share to other stakeholders, whether they're within your organization or a sister organization, San Francisco Fire and San Francisco Police, sharing resources across their own VPN is a good example of a use case. That's smart to build that in. When I was working with both of them, they didn't know, we did a lot of training and time to get there. Neither the police nor the fire department knew who was going to get funding first. But they knew they were going to go with RGB, because if they did that, whenever the other department received funding to do their small operations room, they would then have that built-in interworking and sharing. So and for the next resource, for when the Department of Public Health wants to be able to share in and have resources curated, so fire can share fire resources and push that to police department functions without those people needing to be trained up on how to use the fire department resources. You can curate it or drive the PC that's enabling that content to be shared. So that's what we're doing in this room. I'm gonna rotate you to a couple other locations in the room. I'm gonna show you the back wall first.